I'm Jacqueline with Hollywood Junket. Joining us is Long Nguyen. He is the coach of World Taekwondo. You guys are killing it on America's Got Talent. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, how did you come up with the idea to try out for America's Got Talent when the Olympic performance unfortunately didn't happen because of COVID?
Yeah, sure. And before I can continue responding, I just want to clarify that I'm one of the performing members, not actually the coach, but I do work very closely with the coach and of course also the team. But yeah, so what happened was the World Taekwondo team was supposed to be scheduled to perform at the Olympics, but then when COVID kind of came and kind of changed the plans for everyone else, we decided to take our opportunity and move it to AGT. And that's how it all unfolded. And then we slowly began to work with AGT and the team. And then one thing led to another. And here we are today with a golden buzzer.
That's great. The performance was so amazing. I loved it. It gave me goosebumps. How long do you have to practice? Did you have to practice for that?
Yeah, so I mean, individually, all the athletes train, I think 4 to 5 days per week. And everyone trains about 2-3 hours. And then every week in Korea on Saturdays, the team would meet up and train pretty much the entire day. They'll do, 3-4 hours in the morning and then 3 to 4 hours in the evening. And they'll do that for a span of 2 to 3 months leading up to the date of the performance. And for the athletes here in the US, we would also meet with the Korean team via Zoom every 2-3 weeks to kind of understand the strategy. What would the routine look like? And then also the Korean team would also send videos back to us. So we're constantly trying to look at the videos and pause and try to learn the techniques and then incorporate to our daily training. So yeah, I mean to sum it all up, individually, 3-4 hours for 34 days a week, and then on the weekends, everyone train about 8 hours from morning to evening.
Wow. So how he had mentioned that his daughter has a black belt in Taekwondo. I want to know what type of advice you would give kids who want to get on your level of Taekwondo.
Yeah, definitely. First, find a way to enjoy it. Find a way to love the sport, because when you're at this level, it's more of a day-to-day grind. And if you don't love it, you don't enjoy it, it might become a chore. And I think that's where it's harder for some athletes to get to this level. So yeah, I think first to really love it, to enjoy it. And then, the sky's the limit from that point on.
So besides Taekwondo, what other training do you incorporate? I feel like there's some gymnastics in there, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, so the way we look at the sport is that it's a traditional martial arts. But through the evolution of time and how, now we have different protein shakes, there's a lot of nutrition that we kind of consider when we eat certain things. And part of that also evolves through our training. So to your point, that some athletes will take gymnastics for, a short time. Some athletes will go to a gym that has gymnastic flooring to work on the acrobatics. And then of course, you think of HIIT training, you think of weight training, you think of endurance, all of that combines into your weekly routine. And then the martial art training is of course every day. So if you combine the two, you get what you saw on stage today. Yeah.
Where else have you performed besides America's Got Talent?
Yeah, so the World Taekwondo Demo Team has performed, everywhere. We have performed in front of the Pope before too. Multiple Olympics where Taekwondo is one of the events for the games. The World Taekwondo Demo Team has performed there as well. Think of the team as a group of athletes that perform at any major Taekwondo event. And the idea is to kick off the opening ceremony with spectacular performance from the team. And then once we finish performing, then of course the event will continue. So that's been the theme of the team, kind of just traveling around the world, performing all over, just anywhere possible, really. Yeah.
That is amazing. How long have you been performing together?
So, the World Taekwondo team has gone back, many years. I'm talking about maybe 30, 40 years, right? So this is just one of the many new team members from the day one. But for this event, for example, the American athletes, we only saw the Korean athletes that one time in person. We drove in from Northern California to Southern California. The Korean team were already quarantining for 10 days upon their arrival from Korea. So I remember we met them on a Sunday and we trained until Thursday. So we trained with them for 5-6 days, and then Friday was showtime.
It's amazing. It's amazing chemistry. So when Terry Crews, he interrupted the judges prior to them starting to vote, did you have like some sort of an intuition that you probably were going to get the golden buzzer?
It's at that point in time, I remember discussing this with all our teammates, and we had a lot of hope, but also confusion, because we're, as martial arts athletes, we're very humble too. So we never tend to jump out of the seat just because we see something. We like to sit back, analyze, and observe. So when he's walking down, in my own mind, I'm thinking something's up. I can't tell what, but it can't be the golden buzzer either. It's just, too good to be true. But the more he spoke, about his feeling, his thoughts, I think it really resonated that yes, we have succeeded, and he's about to press his button anytime now.
So how are you preparing for more live performances?
Yeah, it's been tough during the year of COVID, but a lot of the athletes have been training, on their own a lot, actually, to kind of just be ready. We never know when our coach is going to tell us to go perform, at a certain place or a certain location. But I know in Korea, they have weekly performances or even, monthly performances that allow the athletes to be put in front of certain stages or certain front of audiences. So that kind of preps the team to be ready for a bigger stage like this one at AGT.
Okay, so if you win America's Got Talent, besides the Vegas show, what else do you hope to accomplish in the world of Taekwondo?
Yeah, honestly, if the team ends up winning the grand prize, for example, the $1 million, the team, we spoke about it, and from coaches to our team managers to our team director, we all agreed that we will donate the entire award money to the World Taekwondo Humanitarian Foundation. It is a foundation that was set up by World Taekwondo to help misplaced 16 million refugees around the world each year. So we hope that if we get that far, the plan is to use that money for that purpose.
That's amazing. That's so sweet. Okay, so my last question is, what was it like? Like, were you familiar with Simon prior to the show, and what was it like performing in front of him and getting Simon's reaction?
If you ask any of us, our impression is that Simon's a jerk, right? That's just that's the understanding of us and thinking about Simon. But we understand that his feedback, his constructive feedback, or his criticism, it just helped push people further. So being a martial artist ourselves, we strive for perfection, but perfection is not possible. So when you hear Simon talk to different contestants in the past, he reminds us of our coaches. Our coaches are always telling us, nope, that's not good, do it again. Nope, I'm not happy, do it again. So we are aware of how he is, but it didn't intimidate as much. If anything, I was kind of surprised that he didn't bash us as much as we thought he would. So when he started complimenting us, it was just like, wow, even Simon has good words to say about us. I guess that's good news.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining Hollywood Junket today. Can you please let us know how we can follow you on social media?
Yeah, definitely. So on IG and on Facebook, on YouTube, our handle is worldtaekwondo.pr, right? So if you just type in World Taekwondo anywhere, you basically see all of our videos and pictures, and that's the best way to follow us.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you so much.